actually have just a two-legger here. Give me a Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown and a Shedeur Sanders anytime touchdown. That's plus 820. So I just need 2 touchdowns for plus 820. Let's go, Shedeur.
Yeah, hey, let's go, Shedeur. Let's get it, baby. Friends, countrymen, fellow degenerates, welcome back to Bets and Buds. We're the Buds, helping you catch your bets. I am Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry we missed you last week. Life happens and shit happens, but we're back in action here. Ready to get into week 12 here of the season. That shit is flying by.
So now you're after this week, you'll be 2/3 of the way through the regular season, and then
almost coming up on fantasy playoffs. Like we got like 3 weeks left, and we're down.
It's all on the downhill from there.
Oh my goodness! But you know what? Let's enjoy it while we got it, baby.
Right.
Let's enjoy it while we got it.
It's been a good season so far.
All right, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive into this Blues action and get this shit out of the way while we're talking about it.
So yeah, the Blues started a 5-game road trip last night. It'll be the longest one of the season, and they played okay, but Toronto had been playing so bad themselves. Toronto had come into the game having lost 5 in a row. The Blues had come into the game losing a couple in a row. This team is just bad. I looked at it today. They've given up 78 goals in 20 games. That's damn near 4 goals a game. You're talking like early 80s.
Yeah.
Like
historically bad.
The goaltending's bad. The defense is bad. Yes, Justin Falk played his 1,000th game, but maybe that means it's time to retire.
Right.
Jake Neighbors is still tied for the Blues lead with 6 goals. And granted, he's missed 12 games in a row, and he's still tied for the team lead with 6 with Kyrou. And Kyrou's played 19 of the 20. So they're scoring 2.75 goals a game. That's bad. That's not going to get it done. You got to have it above 3. And like I said, they're giving up 3.9 goals a game, damn near 4 goals a game. And they have the worst goaltending tandem in the NHL right now.
Yeah. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues. But, again, this is where they've turned it around here before. Like, last year they were in this spot. Like, obviously they're not going to fire Montgomery because they signed that big 5-year extension in the offseason. This isn't Drew Bannister we're talking about here. So, right. I mean, all they can do is dig themselves out.
We always have that 2019 reference run to go there. They were the worst team in hockey, and they end up coming to win the Cup. So.
They're not quite the worst team in hockey yet, but they're damn close.
They're close enough. Close enough. All right, so let's go ahead and let's dive into this football action here last week. So last week I went 8-7 in my picks for touchdown scores, 8-6-1 against the spread, 11-4 on the money line, and 6-9 on my over-unders. I'm getting close to my 50% rate as I'm slowly climbing back after a little slow start there. There's a lot of exciting action last week in the NFL, a lot of comeback wins, a lot of walk-off field goals for wins.
Yes, there was.
So it was a very exciting week in the NFL, like always. But, I mean, this week we got a big slate again here. A couple games, there are going to be some games, but we got a couple other big matchups this week here.
Yeah, no, I mean, because you got to take into account tiebreakers later on in the season. So
we're approaching Thanksgiving. Those divisional matchups are going to start picking it back up here.
Yep.
So I mean, it's heating up, baby. We got Thanksgiving's right around the corner.
Yeah,
next
all
week.
these, especially entered conference games, are going to be like really huge.
Oh yeah, they're going to be huge, big time coming up here. All right, so we can dive into college football. I know they released their playoff, but I mean, right now, until we get through this week and rivalry week, really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does not matter right now because it's going to change again.
Yeah, it's going to change again dramatically. So, Ohio State's still your consensus number 1 overall. You got, I think, Indiana is they're number 3, I believe, still. And then number 2, who is that? Did they rank number 2? It's Texas A&M.
Texas A&M.
Yeah, Texas A&M with a huge comeback win against South Carolina last week.
So, that was massive.
Yeah, they were huge. They were down 30-3.
I was like, holy crap, South Carolina's going to do it.
Yeah, and Texas A&M came storming back, which is going to bode well for them going forward. Bode well for Notre Dame, too, as me as a Notre Dame fan, because they kept Texas A&M up there top in the rankings. A lot of people bitching about Notre Dame being put in the playoffs. But, again, people, it's Notre Dame. Big marquee team.
It is.
They're going to be a big draw. They lost to Miami by 3. They lost by Texas A&M and late by 1 at the end by a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's not like they're getting blown out.
Oh, and then they've been kicking everybody else's ass.
Yeah,
so they were at game day last week against Pittsburgh, and it was never a game.
We're 9 in a row now.
Yeah, 8 in a row. I believe 9 in a row. Like they got 2 games left. I think Syracuse and Stanford are who's remains in their schedule. So again, not their fault, not their problem that they went through. Like they yield the power of not being in the conference. so they don't have to do the conference championship games. And
I mean, I don't know. Well, do you think they just don't have the team to make any noise? I don't think, though.
I mean, I think they're a solid team, man, all the way around. I mean, because like right now, C.J. Carr's look like he's been playing well, and so
I mean, I would have to say he's the weak link on that team.
I mean, I really don't see a weak link right now. He's played pretty solid football, man. I mean, he's the grandson of Lloyd Carr, and I mean, he comes from a football family,
right?
So I mean, I think right now, they're going to be okay. So we just got to see. They'll get in the playoffs, and let's see what type of noise they make when they get there.
All right,
unless they get beat by fucking Syracuse.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. Who knows?
No, it can. I mean, that was part of the Miami downfall. Like, Miami was on the trajectory to win, and they lost two tough conference games that really they had no business losing. So let's dive into this NFL slate here. So we got this Thursday night game. We got the Bills at the Texans.
That's an interesting Thursday night game, even though the Texans season's pretty much lost, and they're probably starting Davis Mills.
Yes,
again.
They got Davis Dougie Mills is officially starting for this game here. So let's see what happens here going in. The Texans do universally have the best defense in the league right now.
They have a good defense.
Far. So the Bills definitely can hold them down. The problem is going to be with the Texans going in this game is what the Bills do worse, the Texans don't do great. And that's running the football. And so we'll see as far as how that's going to match up on this Thursday night here on a short week coming off here with no C.J. Stroud in the lineup. Who do you like, Bobby?
I like Buffalo in this one to win, obviously. Give me the over, and I think they'll cover that 6 points.
I got them at 5.5. I think they're going to cover that. I obviously pull up the win, too, as well. I like the under at 43.5. Just defensively with the matchup there. Texans, I don't know how much they're going to be able to score on the board. So I got my little Thursday night parlay that I'll throw on later on with that. All right, next up, we got probably one of the biggest matchups of the week. We got the Colts at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are in desperation mode right now.
They are.
They are 5-5. They are outside looking in on the playoff picture right now. They lose against the Colts. The game is in Kansas City, so that favors the Chiefs big time there.
It does.
Favors them big time, but I mean, the Colts, they're a tough team. They're coming off the bye this week, so let's see how they do coming out the bye.
They are, but Kansas City's back is literally against the wall here. They cannot afford to drop another game.
They cannot afford to drop this game at all because, their schedule doesn't get any easier going forward, too, as well. I like the Colts to cover 3.5, but I think I can see them losing the last second field goal at the end of the game and then marching down here with Harrison Butker maybe knocking one home for them to get a victory. I like the under at 45.5.
I like the under, and I like the Chiefs to win, but I'll take the Chiefs to cover the 3.5.
You think they'll cover that 3.5?
I can beat it. They'll beat them by 6.
You think so? I can see it, but I said with that 3 and a hook, they just kind of was like, all right, man, this is prime to be a field goal.
I'm betting on that last-minute touchdown instead of the field goal.
Yeah, so I'm betting on that last-minute field goal going there in Kansas City. All right, next up we got the Patriots at the lowly Bengals with no Jamar Chase, who was suspended for spitting on Jalen Ramsey this past week, so he'll be out this week. So
Flacco's nursing the shoulder, even if he does play this week.
Yeah,
but they're talking about Burrow, maybe.
No, they said at earliest Burrow will be back on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
At the earliest, and they probably are still projecting him going in that first week of December. And then the thing is,
what's the point, though?
Yeah, that's the thing. Outside of the fact that ticket sales and Joe Burrow's a dog, and he's going to say, you know what, I want to play and finish the season out and go down with the ship with my team here.
But if he hurts himself again, I know.
It could be another Andrew Luck situation. Although, Joe Burrow seems to be a little bit more invested football-wise, and what Andrew Luck had a lot of options as far as what he could do post-career. 7.5-point favorites for the Patriots going into Cincinnati. Who do you like?
You got to give it to the Patriots, man. They're just rolling right now. Winners of 8 in a row themselves. The defense looks pretty good. Looks like they found a running back. As long as they don't try and force Ramondre Stevenson on us anymore.
I don't think they're going to go that route anymore anyway. The thing is, you can't really run on the Patriots. Chase Brown's not really, he's not a big bell cow back. Nobody has rushed.
He's gotten better with Flacco in there. When Browning was the quarterback, I had him on my fantasy team. Believe me, he put up 3 straight weeks of just absolute garbage. And now that Flacco's back, he's a top 10 running back. In that scheme, as long as they got competent
he has looked well, but the Patriots really haven't given up anybody really over 50 yards.
I don't expect the Bengals to probably even be competitive in this game.
The tough part is going to be there's no Jamar Chase, so Christian Gonzalez, you just throw him on T. Higgins, take T. Higgins out of the game, eliminate the running game. I see this being a blowout, in my opinion, by the Patriots, so I got them covering the 7.5 points, winning the game, and I like the over at 49.5.
Yeah, we agree on this one.
All right, so let's go ahead and move along then. We got the Steelers at the Bears. So we had Aaron Rodgers take a big injury last week, breaking that left wrist. They're planning on plating him up and then finding some way to put a protective covering on his hands there. He's always owned the Bears in his history of his career.
He has 25-4 against them.
Yeah, so he's pushing the one to get back into this game big time. Who do you like in this one, Bobby?
With that being said, the Bears are number one in the NFC North right now. They lead that division. And they're starting to play good football. I think they can hold serve, especially if Mason Rudolph ends up having to start this game.
Yeah, see, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to kind of force his way into the game because he tried to come back into the game last week.
He did.
And they were like, no, we can't.
And they'll fit him for a brace and all that stuff.
Yeah, so it's going to be a ball handling issue, main thing, seeing as long as he doesn't hit the ground, landed, because that's the biggest thing, protecting yourself.
Boy, he comes blindside and somebody blasts him.
Now, the Bears.
Handing off.
Yeah, exactly, the handoffs,
That's
too.
True. Yeah, you had to do that reverse handoff.
Yeah, the Bears don't really have the best pass rush. They lead the league in turnovers right now.
They don't, but this Pittsburgh Steelers offense is pretty boring overall.
It is, and you look at it, you see like what George Pickens is doing with the Cowboys right now. Should they let him go? You know, that's the thing. Like right now, they really don't have a number two.
Yeah, because they could have that kind of dynamic.
Yeah, that dynamic of a 1-2 combo like with Metcalf and Pickens, but that's neither here nor there. I like the Steelers actually to go into and win this game.
Chicago, okay.
Yeah, I like them to go into Chicago and win this game because the weather's not going to be a factor issue. You know, Aaron Rodgers is very familiar playing there. I can see it being an ugly, mucked-up game, and actually, because both teams have pretty much their defenses have lived off of turnovers. Right. It's not like they've been dominant defenses. I like the under at 44.5 on this one.
Okay, well, we're in total disagreement on this one. I think the Bears hold serve at home. I like the over that 45.5 points. And obviously, Bears cover that 2.5.
All right. So next up, we got the Jets at the Ravens. So the lowly Jets here, who have just pretty much had a dismal season. They had a couple wins last week.
Going back to Tyrod Taylor.
They going to Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah, they benched Justin Fields again. Yeah. His career's over in New York. He'll latch on somewhere just because of his talent alone.
Yeah, they're going to have to release him, though, too, because, I mean, they signed him, I think, a 2-year deal.
2 years for $40 million total. So I don't know how much of that was guaranteed.
I think it was 30 that was guaranteed on that contract, though, for sure. There's a 13.5 point spread. Who do you like in this?
I like Baltimore to win this one. I want the over 44.5, but I will take that 13.5 points.
Yeah.
Baltimore hasn't really been able to pull away from
No, they have not been a great cover team this year, really, at all. I'm with you. They haven't really been like pulling away or really fully dominating anybody. So I like the Jets to cover that 13.5, but obviously the Ravens get the win. I like the 44.5 as well. All right. So next up, we got the Seahawks at the Titans.
Now, this is one. The Seahawks, outside of that first quarter in that Rams game, they really dominated the next two quarters. And they had a chance to win that game with a 61-yarder at the end. So this Seahawks team is legit because that Rams team is legit.
Yeah.
So I expect Seattle to go into Tennessee, cover the 13.5 points, go over the 40.5, and win this game.
I'm with you 110% on that, pretty much completely across the board.
Yeah, because that Seahawks defense that's damn good defense.
Yeah, it's a really good defense. They really, because they survived really 4 interceptions with Sam Darnold.
Yeah, with Sam Darnold, and they still had a chance to win
with a 61-yard field goal, they really could have won that game. So I'm with you completely across the board on that one. All right, next up we got the Giants at the Lions. Lions fell victim to that Eagles defense last week.
They did.
So that's going to be a tough one coming up here. Who do you like in this one, Bobby?
The Lions are at home. Obviously, they're going to be a little mad they lost to the Eagles because they could just get any offense going last week at all. Like, if they can't run the ball, they're pretty useless.
Yeah.
But this Giants, even though this defensive front was supposed to be pretty good coming into the season, like it's got some chinks in the armor. You can see it. So Detroit should be able to get back on track. I'll cover the 10.5, take Detroit to win at home, and give me under 50.5.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I like actually the Lions here to cover the 10.5, get the win there at home. I think they're going to bounce back in a big way, and I like the over at 49.5. Yeah, I like the over at 49.5 on that one. All right, and so just to really backtrack real quick, so for the Bills-Texans game, I like James Cook as my anytime touchdown scorer. Colts and Chiefs, I like Tyler Warren as my anytime touchdown scorer there. Patriots and Bengals, I like Hunter Henry as my anytime touchdown scorer there. I like DK Metcalf as the Steelers at the Bears. And then Mark Andrews at the Ravens at the Jets. And then give me Jackson Smith and Jigma for the Seahawks at the Titans to get us caught up there. And then on this one here, give me Jahmyr Gibbs for anytime touchdown scorer against the Giants here. That's where we're rolling there. So next up, we got the Vikings at the Packers.
This one, you would think this one would be an ass whooping just because J.J. McCarthy is showing nothing right now. He's got no rapport with Justin Jefferson at all.
His overthrows and some of the throws are some of the worst things I've seen out of it. I mean, right now, like Kevin O'Connell 52% passing is what he's at right now.
No,
I think he's at like a 25 QBR
terrible.
quarterback rating. I mean, it's bad. Like when you watch him going through playing quarterback right now, it's almost painful to watch. It really is.
They'll be calling for Carson Wentz, and nobody.
and I was never sold on. I mean, hell, throw Nick Mullins in there right now because because you got to think to overthrow Justin Jefferson, who's a tall receiver. He's damn near 6'3", and he's got a great catch radius overall, and to consistently overthrow him the way he does. Right. I mean, that's just bad quarterbacking. Throwing fastballs on plays.
They're giving him targets. 11 targets, 10 targets last week. 4 catches or something like that for minimal yardage. Right. They're just not utilizing them, or like you said, J.J. McCarthy.
He's just not hitting them. His overthrows have been piss poor. But with that being said, I don't like as far as I'm also not sold on Jordan Love either. Right. He really has not been somebody who's sold on me as this go-to, slap it down that he's a hands-down franchise quarterback going there for 10 years in the future. I like the Vikings to cover that 6.5 points. Okay. Packers to get the victory at home. I like the under at 41.5 just because the Vikings have a pretty good defense. And like I said, the Packers really haven't shown that much of an explosive offense up to this stage. And then give me Aaron Jones to go back into Green Bay as my anytime touchdown scorer there.
All right, yeah, I like the Packers to win this game, obviously, at home. But give me the over 40.5, and I'll take the Packers to cover.
You like the Packers to cover that, huh? Well, we'll see. I mean, like I said, J.J. McCarthy's shown his ability to make some plays when the game stays close. So that's the only reason why I'm giving the Vikings more defense, their defense credit more than anything else in that one. All right, next up we got the game of the week. I think the only intrigue about this game is that Shedeur Sanders is going to be having his first start in the NFL. Get to see him actually playing on get the first team reps all week.
It'll be interesting to see.
Against the Raiders, the Raiders just look horrible right now. I mean, made the Cowboys defense look very dominant. Now, the Cowboys did pick up 4 or 5 starters, this past week. So that really has a new look to that defense. And we'll see coming in their matchup this week how well that transfers. But
this Raiders team's bad.
Raiders team is bad. Browns team is bad. They're both bad. It's going to be a shitty game. The biggest intrigue is going to be Shedeur Sanders. You had another 4-sack week from Myles Garrett last week. So, I mean, he's just been going nuts. The Browns defense is really solid. So, I like them to cover the 3.5. Raiders to pick up the win at home, though. But I think I see maybe the field goal game.
Okay.
And the over/under is on at 36.5. So, the points are going to be they're going to be coming in a surplus in this game here.
I will take the Raiders to win this one at home. I like the under 36.5 as well, and I'll take the 3.5 points for the Browns. Though I think this ends up being 12-9 or something like that.
Yeah, I can see it being a nasty game, but go ahead and give me Brock Bowers to find his way in the end zone in this game.
I like that. I
like Brock Bowers finding his way in the end zone on this one because that's about one of the biggest things they got weapon wise because they really don't have a whole lot on the outside offensively. All right, next up we got the Jaguars at the Cardinals. Who do you like in this one, Bobby?
I like the Jaguars in this one. But this is one of those which Jaguars team's going to fly across country and show up to this game.
They looked dominant against the Chargers last week, but the Chargers' offensive line is pretty beat up. So.
It is. Give me the Jaguars going to Arizona. Give me the over 47.5 and Jaguars to cover that 3 points.
Okay. All right. So with that, I actually like. So I got them at 2.5. I actually like the Cardinals to go ahead. This is one of those games that you would think, oh man, Jaguars looked dominant last week, but with the type of organization that they are in franchise.
I mean, Jacoby Brissett set an NFL record last week.
Right, exactly. So. 47 completions. So for me, it's I like the Cardinals actually to win this game at home, beat the Jacksonville, because that's one of those games right now is I think kind of fool's gold of what everybody saw last week out of Jacksonville.
Because the Chargers just didn't have it last week.
They just did not have it last week at all. So this is like one of those turnarounds from week to week. You go, how did that happen where the Jaguars end up getting
I could see it because
I could see them getting blown out by the Cardinals somehow, some way. And then I like give me Michael Wilson to be the touchdown scorer there.
He's been
playing a great ball right
targets
now.
Targets are unreal.
Targets are unreal right now. So I like him to get by any time touchdown score. And I like the over at 47.5.
Okay.
All right. So next up, we got the Falcons at the Saints. This is one of those games.
This is the other blah game of the week.
Yeah, definitely a blah game, but it's another game that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole just because I've learned through the years of gambling that Falcons Saints, this game can go either way no matter what the record is of these teams, no matter what the matchups are. For me, I think Atlanta has been probably one of the more disappointing teams in the NFL this year. I mean, you got Michael Penix is out for the season now with another. This is like his 5th knee surgery he's going to end up having.
Kirk Cousins, when he's come in this year, he
has not looked great. I mean,
Drake London might be out this week.
Drake London may be out too as well, so they're going to have to depend heavily on Bijan Robinson. But with that being said, I like because Tyler Shuck is a rookie right now. The Falcons actually, it's amazing that
their defense isn't bad.
It's amazing that they're 3-7 right now with having one of the number one pass defenses in the NFL. I mean, that's what's so crazy about this whole thing with the Falcons thing right now. So I like the Falcons actually to go into New Orleans, get the win, cover the 1.5 points, and I like the under at 39.5.
We're in total agreement on that one.
And then give me Bijan Robinson as my anytime touchdown.
Yeah, that's the only way the Falcons win this game. They have to get him going.
Yeah, they've got to get him going, and I need him to get going for my fantasy playoff run here. So that's where we're at right there. Next up, we got the Eagles at the Cowboys here. Is this going to be a big matchup? This will be a test to see.
It is in Dallas, but I don't know. Can that defense? The Philadelphia's offense isn't great right now. It is not.
But since 2017, Dak is 21-2 against the NFC East at home.
Really,
21-2, and I think and he's like 6-1 against the Eagles within that time frame too as well.
So I did not know that.
Yes, I mean he's been kind of dominant, and you look at right now. Like I listened to the Nightcap show with Chad Ochocinco and Shannon Sharp, and they pretty much like Chad said he's like, man, I can tell you every route that A.J. Brown is running, like just by where he lines up at, what route he's going to run. He's like, and I'm not even watching film like that. I'm just watching the game, and I can tell you the lineman, I can call it out. So if I'm doing that, what is the defense doing? So that he's been kind of been a non-factor the last couple of weeks, as far as that's concerned. So with that being said, I think the Cowboys are going to hold serve at home, cover that 3.5 points, get the victory, and I like the under at 47.5 just because the defense for the Eagles is going to be insane and they can't do shit on offense.
Really? Well, man, you know how I hate to go against my Cowboys.
I hate to go against it too, but this has nothing to do with my fandom. This is just how I feel.
No, I got you. I just somehow I think the Eagles pull this one out.
I was thoroughly impressed with the way that the Cowboys defense looked nothing like they've looked at, even though it was against the Raiders.
That Raiders
I said that I really like that trade with Quentin Williams. Like him and Kenny Clark up front, that is a big.
I mean, he come in and had a sack and a half first game. So.
Sack and a half. The Raiders didn't really try to run the ball, but the Eagles also are going to be without what's his name, Lance Johnson. Lance Johnson, he's out now too. So so that's a big loss.
And they actually had another lineman sit out of practice today.
Yeah, so right now they already weren't running the ball to begin with that well. So I like the Cowboys to go in there to handle their business, and I like that under at 47.5. And then for me, give me Javonte Williams is my anytime touchdown scorer.
There you go. I need him to get back going again.
Yeah, he had a good week last week.
It was solid.
He just couldn't find the end zone. But
so I'm gonna go with what I wrote down earlier, even though I forgot my sheet today. I got the Phillies covering that 3 points, the under 47.5, and Phillies winning in Dallas.
All right. Well, I hope you're wrong, brother.
I hope I'm wrong too.
This is the Cowboys' the season.
No, they have to have this one.
Yeah, they got to get this one. All right, so next up we got the Buccaneers at the Rams. This is going to be probably this is a Sunday night game this week, so it's going to be a great Sunday night.
Yeah, this would be a good one.
This will be good. Hopefully the Bucs can get a little bit healthier this week, coming in and get a few starters back.
Well, they said Godwin was supposed to participate in practice today, so maybe they'll get another receiver besides, Tez Johnson and Sterling
and Emeka and Buka.
And Buka's been fine.
Yeah, Buka's been great.
You don't ever want to say Tez Johnson and Sterling Shepard are your...
Right, yeah. I mean, they're your go-tos right now at this moment. So, the Buccaneers, the Buccaneers actually look good against the Bills. They put up a good fight, but
they did.
The offset 6 touchdowns combined by Josh Allen.
Josh Allen just had a game of his life.
Yeah, he single-handedly beat me. I had the second highest score in our fantasy league this week, and I lost to the highest score, and I scored 168 points and lost. Anybody else in the league I would have played. That's a dumb shit of fantasy football, so...
But this Rams team is really good.
Yeah,
really damn good. So I think the Rams win this one at home. Give me the over 49.5 though, and Buccaneers I'll take the 6.5.
Yep, we're in total agreement on that one. I feel the exact same way on that one. And then give me Puka Nacua as my anytime touchdown scorer.
Okay.
Although I find that, man, like it's almost been a layup. You get down on that goal line with Devontae Adams.
That's Adams.
He's just been unstoppable on the goal line. I mean, he like last week's line.
They showed all his touchdown catches for the season. I think the longest one is like 6 yards.
Yeah, I mean he's with me. You get down within the 10-yard line. I mean, this is Devontae Adams' time. But I like Puka to find his way into the end zone this game here. All right, last game on the slate this week is our Monday night. The surprising, like I called it at the beginning of the season, my surprising cover team. Panthers at the 49ers. Panthers won a big one last week.
So this is actually an interesting game because if the Buccaneers do happen to lose on Sunday night to the Rams and Carolina can pull off this victory somehow, like they'll be first place in their
division. They'll be in the
so.
conversation. Yeah, I mean, they're right there knocking at that door. So who do you like in this one?
I'd like San Francisco to win this one. I still think the Panthers got a little more growing up to do. But give me the under 48.5 and the Panthers to cover the 7 points, though.
I'm with you on that. Total agreement right there. And give me Christian McCaffrey as my anytime touchdown scorer in this game. I mean, he's heating up. That offensive line, and they've got Trent Williams back in the picture, so he's heating up and everything's going there again. So I think that I'm with you. The 49ers win, but I think the Panthers, once again, my sneaky cover team at the beginning of the season. If you pick them to cover a lot of games, you made a lot of money this season. So
yeah,
and again,
been a lot better than everybody probably thought.
Absolutely. Bryce Young set a franchise record with like 438 yards passing or something like that last week. So, all right. So next up, I got my hot token parlays here, my smoking token hot parlays. So, like this week here for the Thursday night game.
Thursday night only?
Yeah, the Thursday night is all I got going here for this one here. Thursday nights have been hot for me the last couple of weeks. I think I didn't hit one last week, but the previous 2 weeks I hit on Thursday nights. Give me the Bills money line to win for this game against the Texans. I like Jaden Higgins over 2.5 receptions for the game. James Cook over 14.5 yards receiving. Josh Allen over 200 yards passing, and then Woody Marks over 10 yards receiving too out of the running back position. That's at plus 842.
All right,
plus 842. So give me that one there for this Thursday night game.
So I actually have just a two-legger here. Give me a Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown and a Shedeur Sanders anytime touchdown. No. That's plus 820. So I just need 2 touchdowns for plus 820. Let's go, Shedeur.
Yeah, hey, let's go, Shedeur. Let's get it, baby. All right, what you got for us, Director Dave?
All right, Thursday pick. Bills on the money line. Josh Allen over 225 passing. James Cook 15-plus receiving. Josh Allen 2 touchdown passes. And James Cook under 73 yards rushing.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, that Texas defense is good. So, that's why I didn't want to touch the rushing right there because, I mean, that defense is very, very good. So, and that was at plus, what, 1,000?
Oh, well, yeah,
1,004. All right.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not a bad one right there. Nothing too crazy. All right, so we're getting towards it. We're in the nitty-gritty right now. We're almost at Thanksgiving right now. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button.
We're 11 days away from going.
Yes, 11 days that we're going live here in Missouri, where we can finally come and bet from our bedside, our fucking coffee table, whatever you want to place your bets from. It's coming, baby. We finally waited that shit out for 3.5 years, and we've been waiting doing this, man. So no more drives to Illinois coming up, so we might have a countdown. We'll put a couple clips together for you guys for something we can throw together for us on our last travels across the river to make this shit happen. I'm Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.